Hello students, let us begin with our class. That is, the second topic we are dealing with is microorganisms, friend and foe, right? So, we have discussed about different kinds of microorganisms which are classified into four major groups, that is bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae, right? So today we will have this class based on the activities which are introduced in your textbook. Okay students, and this is presented by myself, that is Mrs. Manisha Kulkarni. So the first activity is, that is activity 2.1. This can be only performed if we have either magnifying glass or microscope. Moreover, we need a microscope to examine this. So what the activity is, collect some moist soil from the field in a beaker and add water to it. So what happens student, when you add water to the moist soil, after some time the soil particles get settled down. Then observe a drop of water from the beaker under a microscope, and what do you see? Yes, we will observe this and we will conclude this after the second activity. So what is the second activity? We have to take a few drops of water from a pond and spread it on a glass slide and observe it through a microscope. So we find some tiny organisms moving around. So if you have observed any pond, okay, or if you have observed any moist soil, you will find small microscopic particles. Those are not visible to our unaided eye or naked eye. This can be observed only through the microscope, and we find some tiny organisms which are moving around. They are moving very fastly. Yes. So what is your observation? Those small things which you observe through the microscope, they are nothing but called as what? Microorganisms. And some of the pictorial examples are given here. That is what kind of microorganisms you find. They may be some types of bacteria like spiral bacteria and rod-shaped bacteria. This also you find in your bathrooms and all when it's rainy season, or if you are staying at some village place, there also you will find some tiny earthworm like structures. Okay, so these we are able to observe through the naked eye, but there are some bacteria which are not visible to us, which has to be only seen under the microscope because they are microscopic in size. Then you may find some types of algae, that is Chlamydomonas or Spirogyra. See, here is the picture. Then you also may find some of the paramecium like amoeba, and there is paramecium over here. So these are some types of bacteria, these are some types of different microorganisms which are found. Then if you see this, okay, these are the types of fungi, that is bread mold. You find this on the bread mold, penicillium, aspergillus, or you call it as what? Aspergillus. Okay, so these are some types of fungi which you found mostly during rainy season. And these are some types of virus. So these viruses are also microscopic, and however they reproduce only inside the cells of the host organism, means they enter into the living organism and then only they are alive. Outside the organism they are dead. So this may be bacterium, plant or animal. And some of the viruses are also shown in your textbook, and some common viruses that if that affects you are like cold, influenza, cough, right? And nowadays the most common virus is the coronavirus, which you're finding everywhere, isn't it? So this virus is rapidly going everywhere, and it is attacking the human beings. So here also the symptoms for this are cold, then flu, that is regular fever, and cough, isn't it? There are also some serious diseases like polio and chickenpox which are caused by the viruses. And you also find some of the diseases like dysentery and malaria. These are caused due to the viruses, that is these are caused due to the protozoans. And tuberculosis or typhoid, if you see, these are the bacterial diseases. So we are going to study about this in detail in our next class. So today we are going to discuss only about the activities. Okay, see, now the next activity is you have to take half kg flour, atta or maida. Okay, this can be done at your home also. If you have yeast powder at your home, then this can be done. As there is lockdown, I'm not able to find out yeast to my side where I'm living right now. Otherwise I could have shown this activity, but simply if you can find yeast powder, any of you can do this activity and present it. Okay, so take half gram of flour, half kg of flour, then add some sugar and mix with warm water. See, you have to add some sugar and also mix it with the warm water, and then you have to add a small amount of yeast powder and knead it to make a soft dough. So usually you have rotis or chapatis at your home, right? So your mom kneads it very softly. She make a soft dough of that. So similarly here also you have to make a soft dough. Then what do you observe after 2 hours? So what do you find? You find that the dough is rising. The initial size of the dough is different. See, here maida with yeast powder is given, and here is the raised maida, means the maida gets raised. Why does it gets raised? Yes students, you need to think, because science is all about thinking and the activities which are happening all on and around you. So you must think on it, why such things happen. See, so here is the observation. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces what? Carbon dioxide during respiration. Yes, yeast also have microorganisms who are alive, who respire like human beings, isn't it? So these yeast reproduces rapidly and they produce carbon dioxide during respiration. So bubbles of the gas fill the dough. So there are some tiny bubbles or pores which are present on the dough, and these are getting filled with the carbon dioxide gas, and that is why they increase the volume. So this is the basis of the use of yeast. So this kind of yeast is used in baking industries for making bread, pastries, cakes, right? So yeast are also of useful kind, and they are also of harmful kind. So let us see what are the commercial uses of microorganisms. So these microorganisms, they are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine, also acetic acid, vinegar. Vinegar is the substance which you use in your food. Vinegar is the substance which is used to prepare cakes, to prepare breads, isn't it? So yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars which is present in grains like barley, wheat, rice. They have the natural sugars present over it. The sugar which we eat is one of the artificial sugar, but these are purposely, they are grown on the natural sugars. So this process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as what? Fermentation process. You also might have observed fermentation at your home while preparing idlis or dosas. Have you ever seen the dough? Have you ever seen that batter? Initially the batter is normal in size, but after when it gets fermented, it is raised, isn't it? So these are some kinds of different commercial uses of microorganisms. Then, so this is the next activity. Here we have to take 500 ml beaker filled up to 3/4 with water. See, here is the beaker. It is filled with the 3/4 of water. Then dissolve 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar in it and add half a spoon of yeast powder in the sugar solution, and we have to keep it covered in a warm place for 4 to 5 hours. And later we have to smell the solution, because when you add sugar and when you add yeast powder to the water, it will change, it will turn into the alcohol, and you will have some different kind of smell. Yes, so this is the process of fermentation. The smell of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol. See, The smell of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by yeast, and this process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is nothing but called as what? Fermentation process. Okay, so most of the bakery products which you find, they are mostly prepared with the help of yeast, and they are completely fermented. So basically doctors suggest you not to have bakery items more. Yes, of course you can eat it in little amount, but excess of bakery items are harmful for the kids, they are harmful for also the elder people. So doctors suggest you not to have more bakery products, right? Yes. Then let us see what are the medicinal use of microorganisms. So whenever you fall ill, what do the doctor give you? They give you some antibiotic tablets to fight the virus which has attacked you, or they give some capsules or injections, okay, such as penicillin. And these also of these medicines is microorganisms. These are also extracted from the microorganisms. How and where and who, this we will learn in our next class. Okay students, so let us just see what are the uses of microorganisms. So these medicines, they kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms, and such medicines are called as what? Antibiotics. Anti means what? Who? Kills the microorganisms which are causing disease in our body, and they fight for that. So these days a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. So one of the example is streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin. These are some of the commonly known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. See, you might have the tablets at your home. Okay, just check what kind of microorganisms are used to prepare those tablets. You can check over it. There is everything written on the sheet which you have of the tablet. So even if you take a syrup, okay, syrup bottle, you can check over that also. So these are mostly made up of the streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin. These are some of the commonly used antibiotics, okay, and these are mostly prepared from fungi and bacteria. So we have, from on one side we have uses of microorganisms, and the other side we also have the disadvantages of these microorganisms. So it is depend on we that how we can make use of microorganisms for good purpose, right? See, one of the next important use of microorganism is that is these antibiotics. So they are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and are used to cure a variety of diseases. They are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in animals. For example, if you take hens and all in the poultry farm, they are infected by a lot of diseases, and to check these they have the antibiotics which are mixed with the feed of livestock, and they are also used to control many plant diseases. So there are many antibiotics which are used to control the diseases which are happening in the plants, maybe because of weeds. So they use weedicides over there, pesticides. So for this kind also they use the microorganisms. So students, I hope you have gone through the video. Just check it and let me know, and let me get some more examples from your side also, that how microorganisms are useful as well as harmful for human beings. Okay, thank you students for watching this.